and I am on voice chat, right? You're gonna have to mute me because I'm on stream. Oh no, wait, I think that's worked. I'm not on voice chat anymore. That's good. Okay. I can't tell if I can drive still or not, but I was just watching the rest of Quali here, and then we're gonna hop in a lobby, and then I'm gonna start doing more commentating that outside of just league racing. I'm gonna do more variety in commentary. So I'm doing ACC at the moment because that gets GT racing out of the way. Then I would do NASCAR Heat 5, but there's no lobbies on that at the moment, so yeah. Anyway, I've had a shocking qualifying. It's all over the place. I haven't, given the fact that I haven't driven in 6 weeks, I still did terrible though. But hey ho. Right, we're ready on the grid just before Clearway's corner. Gotta remember the corner names for Brands Hatch because I haven't looked at them in ages. Pretty sure. Yeah, we're just on the straight between Clearways and what's that one called? What is it called? I forgot. Oh yeah, anyone in the lobby at the moment, mute my voice chat if you can hear me, because I'm on stream. So if I mute the mic, I mute the mic on stream, and it's just a whole issue. Alright, so 30 seconds until we start. Now we can turn the car on, fire up the beautiful Lexus. I don't know if it's slow, if it is one of the slowest cars in the game, but it's the one that I love to drive. I don't know why, but I am a big fan of the Lexus in this game compared to any of the other cars. Yeah, here we go then. 3, 2, 1, and we'll get rolling. Sugar. I forgot how twitchy my wheel is on there. And I've got to go further back now. So, oh my god. That's some. I'm really clumsy at the moment, so. Brake anymore. Oh wait, I can go through him. Okay, sped a little bit there, but I should be okay. Where's the brake marker? There it is. Gonna let them go on the inside. Had to turn out because of the McLaren. But gotta go on the outside of our teammate. Very risky move. I think on the outside of like 2-3 cars there. Straddling over the curb there, and again the Lexus going slowly. But just not able to get around him. I think we may have just nudged him. Our teammate in the 89. We're in the 30. He's got different coloured number plates. I don't know if that means he's in a different class or not. Either way though, it was a bit of a struggle there. We couldn't really get past him. I think there was melees behind there. Not too sure if they involved me or not. Well, I didn't really feel any contact. There's a car way off wide at this corner. I forgot the corner names now. This is really bad. But heading through around this kind of roller coaster section, which really tests the limit of the grip of the tyres and the traction of the car as a whole. That was closer than it needed to be from me. So that was a Lamborghini or McLaren, I couldn't really tell. I think it was a McLaren. Yeah, we're just following our fellow Lexus in the 89, trying to see if we can pick off any positions with him. We are losing time to him at the moment. Gone a bit deep on the brakes though. It's worked out somehow though. Using the ABS to our advantage to be able to brake deep. Using the slight traction control that we have. If you look in the bottom right corner of your screen, there's a contact between the Lexus and the McLaren. We're going to get both of them here. He does tag me. Number 1 rule in racing, don't hate your teammate. So we both get a safety rating penalty. That's skirmish, and there's another car off. We're going to get 3 cars here. Just before we go on to the drop-off. Let's go down the hill here. We drop down into this blindingly fast corner that we saw the Lamborghini go off the previous lap. We have a trail of cars behind us here. We're under a lot of pressure. Oh no, no, we're gonna go wide. And we've gone wide, got to rejoin safely over these bumps. I think we've got a car down the outside of us. Or maybe not. I couldn't really tell there. I think he went round the outside, but then I think he backed out. Not too sure though. I hope I didn't make contact with him, but I didn't feel any on the... I mean, I don't have force feedback on my wheel, so I couldn't feel any contact, but I didn't see any kind of twitch from the car or anything, so... over the rubberness of the curb. We're not too far away from leader. P4 out of 12, so we're we're ahead of 2/3 of the field here. Which is not too bad. At least we're ahead of our teammate now, which, you know, is always nice, but even nicer to the fact... Oh, actually, I spoke too soon. We've spun it, and we've ended up on the inside of the... Oh, we've stalled it as well. We've ended up on the inside of the McLaren's curve, just before just on the Indy layout, but now we've gone back onto the Grand Prix loop, out of 30s and heading down the hill again. Not the best thing to do. Went from 4th to 9th, we've lost 5 positions, and now we have a lot of racecraft to put onto show here now. Really sliding over these curves. There's a big shunt for one of the Lamborghinis again. Another shunt for a Lamborghini. And a McLaren goes off in the same way that we did earlier. We've gone down the other side of it. There's just no grip out there. Would have been wiser to back out of that from me. Bit silly of me to try around the outside there. I thought there was more banking. There was that McLaren getting very close to the back of us in the Lexus. We're in a McLaren sandwich. A muck lamb dollar kebab wrap. I don't know what I'm saying now. Anyway, we head into Paddock Hills Bend and then into Druids, which will come up in about 3, 2, 1. Now we've gone deep on the brakes. Nearly hit the McLaren halfway into the race now. On the exit here, looking to sneak up the inside of the McLaren. He's kept his own, and there's 2 cars off. There's a Ferrari off with one of the McLarens, one of the other McLarens, I'm pretty sure. Or was that maybe one of the Audis? Couldn't really tell, as we were focusing too much on this McLaren and trying to get past him. But now, actually, I think we're just going to try and get past this Ferrari safely, because he looks like he's struggling with handling in that car. He looks like he's taken a couple knocks in that Ferrari, in the King Power livery. Gone through and into the next corner. Couple jumps on the curbs. It's very hard to pass around this circuit, similar to the Budapest circuit. Hungary round, off goes the McLaren. It's very important that we get past this Ferrari as quick as possible, because otherwise we're going to get swollen up by another McLaren behind us. If you see at the top of your screen in the middle, the McLaren, and that's the view that will be behind the car. We are bouncing on the limiter, hitting the grass. I think the Audi isn't even too far behind as well, so you have to watch out. There's the Ferrari. He's gone wide at Paddock Hill. We're going to go back up into 5th place and back behind our teammate in the Lexus. But we've gone very deep. It looks like we'll lose that 5th place as quick as we got it. No, we won't. We've held our own against the... Is that the F1 movie livery on the McLaren? We've gone all over the track limits. Trying to keep the car stable but quick. We've just about done that, although I had a bit of a bumpy exit. But the the 113 entry against us in the 30. Lexus versus McLaren versus, is that Audi behind? It is. As we head through again, struggling with rear end stability on rotation. So we are just kind of doing a quick flick of the steering wheel, almost F124 handling, or WRC handling, with the bumpiness of this track. It's almost encouraged as we head into Clearway's corner and on to the, what lap is this? I can't see what lap this is, I'm not too sure. Probably 6th lap, I'd say. Heading round turn 1 again. Going off. On the limit of our personal best delta, although we've lost some time out of Druids. Heading into the Graham Hill corner. And out of the Graham Hill corner with a pretty nice, almost Rennsport style power slide, which gained us a lot of time. Over the curb again, 3/10 up on our previous lap. This is probably the loneliest lap we've had in this Grand Prix so far, or in this race so far. Not exactly a Grand Prix. And there's a car off again. It's a Ford. Looks like one of the Mustangs potentially, as we've gone wide as well with him. And now that Ferrari behind us is going to be catching ever more. But we've had this is the lap where we've had the most clean air. And it is a Mustang that's ahead, and very similar shape in terms of the chassis and the aero between the Mustang and the Lexus that I'm driving. So we're both very tall cars. We're very rectangular. We're both taller, about as tall as we are wide in terms of our machinery. But we have set our personal best lap, I'm pretty sure. We've gone wide through Paddock Hill. We've just about kept on track. We've lost some time, but we did at least keep it on the tarmac instead of in the Paddock Hill Bends gravel trap. Struggling on the power there, or struggling on stability, should I say. Coming around the Surtees corner, there's a yellow flag ahead. There's a lot of polystyrene, a lot of debris on the track. Something drastic's happened. I think it might be that Lamborghini. It is. Gonna go to the left of him, and he's hit us. Somehow, we've kept the car in a straight line after that massive thump, and somehow both cars receive a safety rating penalty. Struggled to see how that would be my fault, but hey ho. As the leader has finished the race, so this will be our last lap. But we have a car bearing down our neck. That's the Ferrari. We've got to keep him behind us. And we've gone very deep on the brakes into this penultimate corner. But his route is sacrificed our exit. Now this Ferrari, if we go into the middle of the track here, try and not leave him any doors. He's got to fling it around the outside at Clearway's corner. He's going to go wide though, as that is the offline part, so it's more bumpy. And he does not have enough grip to go around the outside and take P5 from us in the Lexus. That's a great result for us after a very up and down race here on Assetto Corsa Competizione in the Lexus. Very hectic here at Brands Hatch. Very nice though, very nice. Yeah, thank you to everyone who's raced as well. If you can hear me in the V seat, thank you very much. Can I do donuts? Oh. Yeah, we'll go back round to the pits now. Oh, yeah. So it was a very hectic race. We had a pretty safe start, although it nearly went wrong on many occasions. Especially at Druids, where we went around the outside of our teammate, and in the 89 Lexus, and we had to settle in behind him when he was kind of losing a bit of time on traction and that. And then you got the McLarens that were pretty much haunting us throughout the entire race, which wasn't the most ideal thing, but we were able to hold our own. And Slim Shady wins in the number 11 Audi, then the BMW in the number 47, then comes the 721 McLaren, and then our teammate in the 89 does finish ahead of us in the number 30, 4th and 5th for the two Lexus in this race. As we head into the pits, knocking the wall, damaging the car. And now we're back in qualifying for Brands Hatch. I'm going to open up my Twitch chat for the first time in a long time. As they all head out onto the track here, we're going to sit at the pits for a bit, purely because I'm just going to look at a few things in terms of, because later on I'm going to hope to do the Ground Effect Racing League commentary, which you can find on my channel. So I'm going to just look around, see if there's anything for that. I am tagged in Discord actually. Hang on. What's going on? Yeah, we have Ground Effect Racing League tonight. Being tagged in Formula Asphalt. Don't know what for though. I'm just gonna have a little look at Ground Effect Racing League. I've been commentating on Tier 3, or D3 as it's called in this league. But I haven't commentated on it in a while, due to being on my holidays. Driver standings. Let's have a look at the driver standings for Ground Effect Racing League currently. So GRL Atom still leads the championship after a good haul of points in Australia, and so myself, I commentated on the Australian and Dutch Grand Prix for GRL in Division 3. So GRL Atom leads the championship by 12 points ahead of Jammy, who was in the Red Bull, but it appears he's got a Ferrari thing. He's got a Ferrari coloured thing on his name tag. Meanwhile, we have Nanu, who gave Turbo Chris a headache in Australia at the start, but then lost out due to a strategy error. He's in third. Yeah, and GRL Atom has only won one race so far, and it was a win with the fastest lap, if I'm not mistaken. It's 26 points. As meanwhile, there's the 26 points scored in Singapore. As meanwhile, we've had, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other drivers win races in this league. But, and even though you've had people who have won twice, like Lloyd, like Raza Gamer, who had a great comeback story in Australia and the Dutch Grand Prix after being turned around in turn 3 in Australia. He came back obviously to win in Zandvoort and then he won again in China, but then he's had hard luck in terms of scoring points in the last 3 races in Canada, Spa and Budapest. The same story can be said for Turbo Chris. Again, a double second place in Australia and in the Netherlands, I'm pretty sure. Was that wrong? That might be wrong. Not too sure. Anyway. Yeah, we've had FIFA Lord win a race, and the only race that he's entered, he's won. FIFA Lord. Oh, that was Jay Slyn, wasn't it? Jay Slyn, FIFA Lord. Ah. Okay, and then we've had a win as well for the Elite Bleeder, who entered last race in Budapest. But he hasn't been in any other races, so he's now in 14th in the championship. Anyway, time to get out on track for ACC Brands Hatch, the second race of today. Oh, the one thing that I went onto my laptop for, which was my Twitch chat, and that's the thing I forget. Oh, lordy lord. Gotta apply for a job and that, gotta start college. Start the engine up, nothing in chat yet. Doesn't look like it, thank god. I don't mind a bit of chat, but it's cool to kind of just not have to worry about that, you know what I mean? Takes a weight off my shoulders. Yeah. There's a car off just in the exit of Graham Hill's corner. I've done the worst thing ever. I just braked on the apex of Paddock Hill Bend. That's the worst thing you can do when someone's behind you on a push lap. The absolute worst thing you can do is brake on the apex. And as you see, I realised that and had a bit of excrement afterwards. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here, just let this guy go, and then it's the Lamborghini. I'm pretty sure that's the guy who went off in the race. I'm not sure if he hit the back of my car or not. I think it was a Lamborghini, but I'm not too sure the name. And is that the blue and yellow Ferrari? Was that BMW? Not too sure. Oh, it was an Aston Martin. So on a quali lap at the moment. Hopefully we can have a cleaner quali session than last time, because last time I was just a liability on the track, similar to UGE Day in F1 when he raced for Super Guri on Australia in 2006, as he had a very interesting session in qualifying in Australia 2006. That's part of the reason why he didn't see out the season. Anyway, we go on to Brands Hatch. Let me take you for a lap of this beautiful track in Kingstown, Kent, in the UK. Headed to Paddock Hill Bends. Want to be a bit deep on the brakes, but not too deep, because the elevation will catch you out. Similar to the Portuguese Grand Prix. We've headed into Druids. We've gone very deep on the brakes and just wrestling the car on the exit for any kind of torque. Now we're using all the curb we can on the exit of Graham Hill's corner, then into the Surtees corner, and instead of going into the McLaren's bend, which is there, it's now being bulleted off. As we are not on the Indy layout, we are now going onto the Grand Prix loop, which used to be this used to be a track for Formula 1 back in the 80s. Nigel Mansell winning when, if I'm not mistaken, Frank Williams was in a car accident, hurt his legs. I'm pretty sure was it his wife that took over and managed the team while he was gone, and then Mansell won in her leadership. I'm pretty sure. Oh no! Went a bit deep there. The penultimate corner we got paddle. Let us go. A little bit of a slide out of clearways. We're going to finish the session in P6 with 3 seconds off the pace of the leader, and we've gone for a beach trip at the Paddock Hill Bend. So the BMWs as well. The number 47's had a good lap, but the other two are right down at the last row on the grid. Not a deal for them. Radio Brands. Might email them, see if I can be on their because I'm looking for like radio shows and things that I can like be on, so that I get promotion and stuff like that. So if I can get on a radio show or something like that, it would be very nice. I'm looking for a job in something like a pub or something to like save money so that I can get transport to these events that I'm being invited to commentate at. That's why I'm doing this, because then the more I do this at a good level, the more people see it, hopefully, and hopefully the right people see it. But it's a McLaren, 3 McLarens in the top 4, with a Mercedes, number 60. I reckon that's a reference to the Iron Lynx, isn't it? Number 60 Mercedes. So we're in the number 30 Lexus. In P6 we have the Lamborghini, who we just passed on the last lap in qualifying down this very straight. He's now lining up right next to us. There he is. Oh no, I thought it was going to go to the side. Never mind. Yeah, he's right next to us. So, what car's that behind me? It's a Ferrari. Couldn't really see it properly. Oh no, it's an Aston. Could just look at the graphic. So I'm gonna go. Here we got Chicken Joe ahead of us. Hopefully we are the victorious over the Joe in the Joe wars. I'll keep here, keep left. It's weird. You go from 50 and you go up to 70. Oh, too fast. We've had a pretty good launch. We've got Chicken Joe in the... Is that an Apex GP McLaren? And there's an Audi getting loose behind us, but it's a McLaren 1-2 as we head into Druids for the first time in this race. We have the Mercedes ahead, trying to manoeuvre our way so we don't hit the back of them. Much cleaner start than last time, as we're not hustled in the midfield. Somehow it says we're in 7th at the moment. Not too sure why. No, it's updated itself now as the McLaren goes wide. That's going to give us the opportunity to go side by side with him down the drop off. Do we hold our own round the outside? Who's going to back you out? It will be the McLaren, but maybe he's right for doing that, as we've gone off, bumping over the grass. Now on the outside of this Audi, and we've lost a couple of positions. That's the guy who won the last race in the number 11. Oh, very deep on the brakes. We lost the car on the entry there, so I thought I was going to run to the back of him, but luckily we're able to stop in time. A Slim Shady in the number 11 Audi. So we're in the number 30 Lexus. We got the one of the BMWs just over a second behind us. Going past the 2 Audis going into the turn 1 together into the Paddock Hill bends. They're both jostling for position. We're on the gravel. We've gone very deep on the brakes there. We've kind of done a V shape round Druids bend, looking to get in the mirrors of the Audi. I think it nearly works, but we didn't really get the traction on the exit that we needed into this corner, Surtees Bend. We've all gone wide on the entry to get the best exit possible, but there is a bump on the exit and it has hurt us very badly. Number 30 versus the number 40, which is the yellowish Audi ahead of us. So we're nearly losing the car again through this corner. At least we're not side by side with the McLaren through it. Going wide nearly is the number 40 Audi. The 140 McLaren ahead. Looks like he's struggling. He is struggling. He's wide. He's kicking up dirt. Again, still lying astern as it's very hard to overtake around. This track is off. Goes one of the Audis, number 40. But now into the clearways corner and onto the straight for the 3rd lap. Or to complete the 2nd lap and start the 3rd lap of this race. Oh no, it's lap 2, never mind. Never mind, I am wrong. Like always. As we head into Druids Bend again, I think we should V-shape this corner again, because it seemed to help us out a lot in the last lap. losing time out of Graham Hill bend. I'm struggling to understand the racing line for Surtees corner. That is definitely not the line. It's Chicken Joe ahead of myself, Joseph Singh, but short the name is Joe. He goes to the inside again of this long, fast corner that I've forgotten the name of. I should know these things. As off goes the Mercedes from the start. After a very strong run at the start, at the front of the field, he's now on the inside of one of the corners at the Grand Prix loop. We're off. We're heading through the penultimate corner of the Brands Hatch racetrack on the Grand Prix loop version of the track. We head into Clearways corner. Little bump on entry there. A little bit of hesitation from myself. And now we head down the straight, and again kicking up dirt is the McLaren. The Aston Martin, I think he's in the pits, so we don't have to worry about him. Just about able to get through Talman again, but we are P5 still. Same as last race. Let's see if we can upgrade this position, but we just need to keep this driving up. I think we've gone a bit deep here. We have. Might touch the grass on the entry there. Tried to use the entry curve, but didn't really seem to help. That was better through 30s, I must say. Although still very bumpy on the exit. That's what I'm struggling with. I feel like no matter what I do, I just hit a bump at the exit and the car just jumps like a kangaroo out of 30s bend. And then these corners are just downright scary, but not too bad. But if you're like near a bunch of cars around this section, it is very scary indeed. Especially because you're going at such high speeds, yet there's not really enough room to make any kind of passes or anything. So you are just similar to the final sector in the Qatar track. You're just stuck in a... Oh, and off goes the McLaren, who's stuck in a gravel trap. Chicken Joe. He's gone to the beach to have some chicken, looks like. We're heading to Paddock Hill again. Now we've gone off. We've gone understeer. We've both gone understeering. The gap remains the same now. As a yellow flag ahead, looks like someone's gone off. Maybe the Lamborghini, number 3. He's in the middle of the track here. He's compromised the exit for the McLaren. And now he's in the way of us, and we've ran into the back of him. That is completely my fault. That is completely my fault. Although he is a lap down, it is up to the faster guy to overtake safely. But meanwhile, the 113 McLaren is now right behind us. So again, it's another McLaren sandwich for us in the little Lexus. Well, we've just caused an absolute scene with that Lamborghini, who, yes, he was a lapped car, but again, like I said earlier, it's up to the faster cars to overtake the traffic safely, and I have not done that, so that would be a hefty penalty in real life. I'm pretty sure. I think the 113 just went off just before the penultimate corner. He did. I just seen on the map the grey dot going off. It's the McLaren there going right to the limit on the exit of the Clearways corner, clearing the gravel away from the track. It looks like the number 31 BMW's in the pits now. We're now going round turn 1 again. Trying to do a Rennsport type power slide to get more traction or get more power, more torque. That's the word. We are closing on this McLaren again, but just need to keep the consistency behind him. We've got 1 minute and just under 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and we practically got about 2, maybe 3 laps to catch the 114 car, and he's He looks like he's struggling, but it looks like we're able to catch him, but we just need to not get affected by his dirt. Yeah, there's another yellow flag. Looks like a slow car ahead. Leader is on the final lap. There's an Aston Martin that I just saw in time. That was scary. And now the McLaren's gone wide. Our clearways. This could be us heading up into P4 and upgrading our position from the previous race. But we're losing the car on the entry of Paddock Hill. He's gone wider. But we've gone so wide, we've nearly ran into him. But we've just about gone round him. And we are now up into P4, but it's not over yet. As we still have we still have to keep the consistency up, and we're losing the car. 114 could catch us. But Slewis in the number 16 McLaren looks like he's going to take the win. So we head round 30s. Again, still getting bumpy on the exit of that corner, but the number 95 Aston Martin still behind the McLaren. But Monkey wins them, then Slim Shady, who won the last race. Then hopefully us, if I don't go into the grass too many times. This Lexus is not a lawnmower. As we flick it through this corner, we clout the curb, bounce off it, heading into the last corner. We've gone deep into the penultimate corner, should I say. But Chicken Joe looks like I've given him the good old pork chop and taken his 5th place away from him here in Brands Hatch. Another very decent result, although the consistency was very clumsy by myself at times. It was still very, very decent race. That's yeah, that's it. What is this livery for the McLarens? It's like a very gold thing. Never seen anything like it. Looks like something out of Forza Horizon or something. There's a car off. I can see that dot. Can you go around this bit? There's a barrier in the way, but I can see a car there. Is that the Audi? That's the Audi. The number 11 Audi's parked on the access road between, just on the inside of Druids. Just unparked on the same bit. Very nice. Okay, nothing in chat, because I might call it a day until ground effect. Let me just check my game audio. Okay, there's been no game audio the entire time, but never mind. I like a bit of audio, because like car noises are like one of the best things about motorsport, innit? Like the noise of the machines that are going round. Like whenever I hear V12, I am in paradise. That's why the Valkyrie was like immediately struck a chord on me.
Green light, give it all you can.
Okay, so I'm not going to give it all I can, because I'm going to end the stream. Thank you very much for watching on the Twitch stream or on the YouTube upload, and goodbye.